Hey guys, and welcome back to I Love You, Colin Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator. So I know it's been a while since I've uploaded one. So, yep, I've been uploading some art videos lately, but now I'm gonna go back and finish this Colonel Sanders game. Hopefully by today, or if not, by tomorrow. Once this, probably by tomorrow, not when this video uploads. So yep, I forgot where we left off actually. So let's go. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your arrivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. No. I have to do this again. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Okay. Okay, count me in. Tables, I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool! Forgot the voice. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption. Gumption, AB. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll stop us. Put a stop to this madness. Now, students. Please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, timer ready. Yep, it's this thing. I stand corrected. The hardware builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I'll defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Yep. That's right. But how would you have even got into the school without even knowing that? It's this again. I'm gonna skip through this again, I think. There we go. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. I'm so sorry I skipped through that really quickly. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret, just for you? I feel like we could reveal it now. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Hope it's not too bad. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Oh, coleslaw! The shredded cabbage dish cuisine in the light of Colonel Sanders' looks hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. And around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the colonel. You gaze out the window. Click on the window. Across the lake, vast lake and range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Oh no, I skipped through the item clicking thing. Ghost of June. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never ever even learned your name. What would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost is swept away with the breeze. Tap an item to cover more of a kernel. How about this one? You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Oh, jeez. Poor guy. Tap an item to discover more of the criminal. I love this. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment. What number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 11111, the safe opens. Inside, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Tap on an item to discover more of the criminal. He already has a mustache and beard. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That's or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item to discover more, but what the hell? What's this chicken though? Do that later. You notice this very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy? You must have been important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped into the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Okay, how about this? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the crown. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Whoa, top of an item. Whoa. What's this? Scented candle. A scented candle. You pick it up and you try to identify the smell. Power tool? Prestige starch color? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's boop. Tap on an item to discover more about the kernel. What's this? Oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, it's a nice picture. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, is this the original location, is it? Okay. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colin Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Okay. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Okay, camel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel Sanders. There's a door. You open the door. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one of its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually learn those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap! Jacket. You forgot to take it off. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna lie. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. Do you stop yourself? Colonel? Yes, Avy. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Zoo, what the? Whoa, cool. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision in how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Boop! Okay. In some jurisdictions, boop isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous, holy crap. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? What the frick is happening? What just happened? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds. That is. Oh, okay. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pull in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner. Much worse than friend zone. Business partner. Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection... Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole... If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. What the hell? Okay. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know he's Pop. What's his voice again? What's so early? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Aww. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, baby, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixed reaction makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over. A natural intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Avi, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail beating so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? Or what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Avi. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Avi. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! What's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe that in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful. I can think of one surefire way to find out. I'm just gonna move the mic a little bit like this. Okay, there we go. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's a bad idea. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I felt something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Looks to be rather predictable, so you Sprinkles, wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you not to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. What? The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is identified that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but on any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Avi, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. What? Why didn't I click on that? I told you to save it after class. But I missed you. What did I? Yeah, they're actually dating. That's cool. We went on one date, Pop. And how can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Ah, so that's what you meant by shush house. Ah, okay. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. What? That's sucks. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pal over the final day of school. Oh, jeez. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay. I'm so mad I could smash the tiny mug, spilling several drops of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that? In front of everyone! Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you can know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to settle up on Colonel Sanders' talent and ride off into the sunset without me. Oh, I read it wrong. I thought it was a question, but anyway. Of course not. Well, maybe. Sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it in a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. Okay. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Avi's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. As soon as you do, your cramped session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders with sucker petals flying about. What the frick? Okay. Colonel Sanders. Avi, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big in visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. A pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when... Then the oven timer goes off behind you. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an old buttered crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with the heaping helping of TLC. I don't know what that is, but it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth! Wow, what the hell? Oh. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is. Except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Oh, sorry, I burped. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Okay. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken.
Hello.
Fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Okay. Colonel Sanders spatters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Gosh. Okay. I'm gonna stop a little bit. Sir, I need to remember this marker right here. So, yep, gonna be right back. Egg Wars. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty bitty pot of broth. Best friend Jesus. Oh, voices. Best friend Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and ride. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality special. Shallow personality. Even Clan gets in on it. $5 pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. What? Why? How could you take him out of the competition? As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I wonder what will happen if I cast a spell. You take out your own spellbook and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. It's a summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix. You have summoned me. Ah, the broom cooking arena. So many fond memories of battling in this place. In my old life. In your old life? I wasn't always the monster you see before me. Nor once I was but a student like yourself who attended the school. Spork Monster notices the book you're holding. I see what's going on here. Things aren't going your way, huh? Been there, my friend. I tried to cast a spell myself to imbue my body with the powers of my favorite foods. As you can imagine, things did not go as planned when spells say only cast in case of emergency. They mean it. I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The Spork Monster's smile curls up mischievously. For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just tell me who is giving you trouble now, and we'll take very good care of them. You motion to Ashley, and before you can think better of this dastardly decision, he recites a spell that turns her into a chicken. Now, a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides off into the produce section of the arena, far from her station. Okay, gotta go. Bye! Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. You're immediately cracked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet that seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition. You turn to the next range and cast a reversal spell. Chicken Ashley immediately transfers back into herself. Bok? She's in shock and still exhibiting some chicken-like movements, but otherwise appears to be alright. Is it just me, or does the chicken seem remarkably fresh today? That's the wrong voice for Colonel Sanders. Alright, then you realize that Colonel Sanders witnessed your entire sabotage. He is not impressed. Your heart sinks as you think of how much you might have disappointed him and ruined your chances of any kind of future together. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon extra fire deeply down within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. What the? My heart is pure. My heart is steady. My hands are steady, sorry. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Avery. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. Why did you appear so suddenly? The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupt my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off of the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven can't be served. But don't worry, dear Avie. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your fate and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting, if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! Well, time expired is the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dish. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? Oh, wrong voice for Sprinkles. It seems that we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, you hear a pure innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop, hanging on a broom hooked by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone's asked for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say. It's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Pranks? Clang! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear our signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. Well, we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been long. It has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. Yep. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. Sorry. Oh, it's actually really cute. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. What the frick? Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Avi, for helping me to believe in myself. Ah, voices. Van Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made... What the frick? Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell. I topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why you did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing this custard to slosh around. Woof! Woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He wheels it back as his tongue is pricked and prodded. Youch! My tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. Ooh. I can't eat this. It keeps perking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before enforcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog. I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Ah, that's the wrong voice for Ashley again. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I ask you that please refrain from eating or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Oh, that's the setback for her, eh? Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Evie? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and I did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. Urgh. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the fruit cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. Oh, that's nice. And this isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. What the? Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colin Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. Right? Everyone's passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of this school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is on the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduations. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone's together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. The student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat is a crown. A crown! Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. We got a new wing on the and we got a new wing on the school. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events! An offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. Okay. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I'm Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Oh, nice outfit. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give him a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. Oh jeez. Oh, it's everything. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man, but not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. What? The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Avy, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder. Might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Will you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As I glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Avy. How sweet! We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to enjoy sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Avy, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. But so I failed to grab his respect as a. Oh, yeah, I've done most of it actually. So that's. How do I exit out of here? Back. So that's Yep, this is the I Love You, Colonel Sanders finger licking good dating simulator. So if you've watched like all the episodes, good for you. Yeah, it's pretty much good for you. Were you guys expecting this kind of ending? Well, on my route, based on my decisions, or weren't you satisfied and would prefer me to actually do it again? You know what? Don't answer that question, that last question, because I actually don't want to play this again. I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome because yeah, that's what I think. That's the decisions that I did that led up into these to this ending. So yep, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want more of these kinds of games, story based, and you could recommend it to me in the comment section. So, yep. Stand up, eat something, watch a good movie, play more games, and see you guys next time. Bye.